Looking back on our time here, we'll remember the experience of being part of it.
This experience can be split into countless moments, often shared and sometimes small, always different.
Collectively, these moments have changed us. We arrived nervous but eager, and immediately together in this, although we probably didn't realise it at first. Since then, we've had sleepless nights, late nights, and even later nights. Early mornings, long afternoons, long summer days. We've made friends, made best friends, and friends for life, with who we have learned, loved, comforted, challenged, and played.
We have laughed hard, worked hard, tried our hardest, and lived even harder. Fiercely proud to be a part of this family, with its unbreakable spirit and determination to succeed.
We will move on from here with bigger minds and even bigger hearts, with incredible stories and bright futures. It has been worth every minute. Our moments in this place, Loughborough University, have been unforgettable.
As Chancellor of this great university, it gives me great pleasure to warmly welcome all of you here to a slightly warming Loughborough. I'm acutely conscious that for some of you, the journey has been arduous, and for a few, you've joined us from overseas, so we are particularly grateful that you're with us today. All that's really left for me is to formally declare open this afternoon's degree congregation. You are all incredibly welcome. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our graduands and to your family and friends, whether joining us online or in person. Welcome to our amazing staff, both those on the stage and those working diligently behind the scenes. And a warm welcome to our civic and honoured guests, including the Mayor of Charnwood, Dr. Julie Bradshaw, and our Chair of Council, Christine Hodgson. I'm also delighted to welcome our honorary graduand, Amma Agbasi. I'm Nick Jennings, the Vice-Chancellor and President of Loughborough University. I would like to begin by saying how proud I am of our graduating students. Earning a degree from a prestigious university like Loughborough is an outstanding accomplishment. You should feel immensely proud of your achievement. While you share this experience with all of your classmates today, do not take it for granted. Take a moment to reflect on your hard work and your achievement. Academically, you have mastered the frontiers of knowledge in your discipline. Your studies have expanded your horizons and challenged your understanding of yourself and the world around you. You have learned how to tackle difficult problems, work creatively in multidisciplinary teams, and prioritise effectively. This is why Loughborough graduates are in such demand. Our employability rate is one of the highest in the sector, and last year we were named the top university in the UK for employer-student connections. Although it's a long time ago now, I still vividly remember my own graduation. Sitting where you are today, I was both nervous and excited. As the first member of my family to attend university, I didn't really know what lay ahead. I decided to pursue a PhD in a niche and largely unheard of area of computer science. That was artificial intelligence. Now, you might be thinking that's an incredibly foresightful choice, and I chose it because I could clearly see the potential for AI to transform society for the better. Alas, this was not the case. I chose this path because I was curious about the prospect of programming a computer to do clever things. 30 years later, I'm still fascinated by this challenge. Pursuing it has led me to collaborate with nearly 500 co-authors from universities and companies around the world. It's led me to be part of several tech startups and spend time advising governments around the world. Sometimes things worked as I'd hoped. Our systems helped save lives in the aftermath of disasters, helped Team GB win Olympic medals in sailing, and demonstrated the impact of climate change in glaciers. However, sometimes things didn't go as planned. Papers were rejected, grants were not funded, companies failed, AI was viewed by many as a futile endeavour. To navigate this journey, I had to be persistent and find creative ways to take things forward. Invariably, I did this in partnership with my diverse set of research students and collaborators, and with the support of my family and my friends. It's this meandering path of opportunity and challenge that has led me to stand here before you today. Sitting in my graduation, I would never have dreamt that one day I would have the honour of being a Vice-Chancellor. And quite frankly, at the time, I probably wasn't entirely sure what one was in any case. So as you take your next steps, I encourage you all to do what excites you. Don't be afraid of uncertainty or detours in life's plan. In this vein, I would encourage you to reflect on the barriers you have already overcome to be here today. Think about your support networks and how they've been with you every step of the way, giving you direction, picking you up when times were tough, and more than likely helping you pay your way in this world. For all these reasons, and many more besides, can I ask the graduands to stand up if you're able, find your family and friends in the audience, and applaud them for everything they have done for you. Thank you. You can sit down now and stop applauding. Thank you. For me, the education, experience and opportunity that going to university provided was truly life-changing. I hope it is for you too. I hope you leave with pride in Loughborough University. In the last year alone, we were awarded triple gold in the National Teaching Excellence Assessment, gold for student outcomes, gold for student experience, gold overall. Only 6 other high-tariff institutions achieved this mark of distinction. Our students logged a staggering 115,000 hours of volunteering for sport and community action-based projects, helping the elderly to avoid loneliness, encouraging young people to improve their digital skills by coding Lego robots, and working on conservation projects to improve biodiversity in our town. Our research has made the world fairer and greener. Our AFTRAC team established a global partnership to provide rural communities across Africa with solar microgrids and tailored tractors to increase both crop yields and the incomes of smallholder farmers. We will also have over 100 athletes and coaches participating in the Paris 2024 Olympics and Paralympics. With 35 medals in the Tokyo Games, Loughborough would have come 15th in the medal table if we were a country, outperforming Spain. I feel that's an important country to name at the moment. Let's see if we can do even better in a few weeks' time. However, while I hope that you leave with pride in this great university, it's more important to me that you leave with confidence in yourselves and with a great network of lifelong friends. You all have the knowledge, the experience, and the Loughborough can-do attitude to succeed. You will join our global alumni and become leading writers, politicians, artists, scientists, journalists, sports stars, entrepreneurs, business leaders, and many more besides. Some of their recent successes include Mary Earps being the current Sports Personality of the Year, Leslie Patterson's screenplay for the film All Quiet on the Western Front, winning 4 Oscars, Monica Popham winning the Sky Arts Landscape Artist of the Year, and James Roberts' innovative neonatal incubator being used in Ukraine to save hundreds of babies' lives. So you really do follow in the footsteps of greatness. In closing, I would like to recall the words of American anthropologist Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed individuals can change the world. In fact, it's the only thing that ever has. With this in mind, I would encourage you to be proactive. Don't wait to be asked. Create your own path. Don't wait to fit in. Believe in yourself. Don't doubt your ability. Collaborate prolifically. Don't try and do things by yourself. You're embarking on a journey with the potential to change the world, take opportunities, break down barriers, seek out answers, support others generously, and have the courage to make a difference. Your actions will help create a better, brighter future for us all. Thank you, and however you choose to celebrate, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to add my welcome to that of the Chancellor and the Vice-Chancellor. My name is Mark Lewis. I'm the Dean of the School of Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences. And before we start, I just wanted to bring something to your attention that you may be aware of. The Loughborough University has, for the umpteenth year in a row, 8th I think, been rated by something called the QS as the world's #1 university sport-related subjects. Okay? I'll do that. Excellent. I thought I was going to have to do that again. I should have said that's the audience participation bit. Sorry, that's my fault. The reason I raise it is because actually, though you might not realise it, you have a massive part to play in that recognition. You may be aware that the ranking is made up of opinions from other universities around the world and also employers. And also there's a research part which goes into it as well. So you may well have been involved in some of that research. You may well be involved in some of it in future. You may end up working for those organisations who are asked their opinion. Please keep spreading the word. Please keep telling everyone how great we are, but more importantly, how great you are. So from me, thank you very much for all the contribution you make to that and everything else that we do here. With that being said, Chancellor, I present students from the School of Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Sport and Exercise Science, Isabel Anderson. Amy Baber. Ben Belisario. Daniel Blakey. Nikki Bonnet. Catherine Bonner. Toby Collins. Daniel Cook. Katie Crook. Joshua Cross. Adam Quinn. Samuel Dark. Grace DeWild. Abby Marie Dervish. Matthew Driver. Ross Evans. Lily Gibbs. Ellie Gunner. Ellie Harrison. Maisie Hudson. Ellie Jarvis. Jonah Nell. Benjamin Knight. Adam Lee Brown. Fleur Mansell. George McGinn. Alexandra Millard. Fraser Myers. Georgia Patrick. Olivia Patton. Georgia Patterson. Gayrao Rapoli Galved. Benjamin Rollings. Jory Salter. Emily Savary. Bethany Senior. Hannah Smallwood. Jasmine Smith. Megan Smith. Molly Stone. Max Tate. Ryan Trainer. Katie Viger. Kate Walker. Thomas West. Harvey Ablett. Lily Anderson. Oliver Andrews. Leona Atkins. Jamie Barrett. Tobias Bastow. Joe Bealby. Ruby Blake. Yuan Brisley. Ben Booley. Emily Burbridge. James Birch. Liam Campbell. James Canty. Luca Kaplan. Jude Chadwick. Jianing Chen. Katie Christopher. Georgia Clark. Neve Collins. Ella Cook. Mary Copleston. Alice Corden. William Corn. Emily Critchley-Vickers. Matthew Denham. Ananya Desai. Jessica Dixon-Walker. Tristan Doran. Aaron Douglas. Isla May Edge. Oscar Edwards. Dylan Emerson. Noah Farr. Holly Fisher. Elliot Flukes. Daniel Garabet. Georgia Gattis. Agape Giorgio. William Greenacre. Samuel Hay. Joseph Haywood. Annabelle Hebb. Samuel Hesmondhull. Rachel Hill. Laura Hobson. Rachel Hoddle. Isabel Hodder. Sanna Hoffman. Jack Holdaway. Daniel Hopkirk. Faith Horner. Evan Hughes. Abby Hearn. Alice Hutchinson. Shalgo Isikuro. William Jameson. R.B. Haley. Scarlett Kendrick. Lois Connon. Sergios Kizar. Daniel Langley. Kendra Langton. Oliver Latter. Rebecca Lawn. Corinne Leeming. Go Wan Leong. Yu Hung Lee. David Locke. Harry Longworth. Ross Lowe. Eleanor Mansfield. Jay Martin. Luke Martin. Alice Mason. Chloe McKnight. Connor McShannon. Hannah Moore. Charles Morgan. Ryan Morgan. Oliver Norton. Thomas Neville. Emily Odwell. Tom Oldroyd. Katie Parkin. George Paul. Dylan Payne. Joseph Plunkett. Isabel Power. Ruby Braden. Molly Rankin. Hannah Reid. Max Richardson. Daniel Ross. Mia Salmon. Connor Scarf. Yoon Ho Shin. Evie Shorthouse. Grace Slater. Owen Smith. Toby Smith. Libby Stannard. Eve Sutcliffe. Amy Swift. Rohit Tarafta. Adelaide Thatcher Gray. Aidan Thompson. Gemma Thompson. Katie Thrift. Jacob Todd Miller. Grace Tolmie. Ben van der Schons. Megan van Noort. Colette Whale. Ben Walker. Sam Walker. Junjie Wang. Jake Webster Wright. Imogen Wells. Samuel Westmacott. George White. Jack White. Emily Whitehead. Benjamin Whitehouse. Lucy Whiting. Chloe Williams. Ethan Williams. Alexander Wilson. Oliver Wilson Galliana. Ismail Wood. Nathan Wren. Hannah Wright. Anna Youngs. Yutung Zhao. Genevieve Bayliss. Shannon Burkett. Casey Lee Blewett. Grace Bradshaw. Damien Chow. Lucy Clark. Millie Clayton. George Denton. Callum Drapel. James Finn. Rayon George. Hugo Gillespie. Ben Gilmore. James Gowling. Max Hanshaw. Annabelle Hall. Sam Hart. Abby Haitley. Oliver Hoynville. Oliver Hudson. Adam Hutchinson. Danielle Jamal. John Johnson. Verity Kell. Gabriel Kennish. Evie Kerrigan-Smith. Stanley Kirk. Oscar Lees. Eleanor Liddell. Isabella McQuiston. Joel Meek Orr. Edward Menlove. Thomas Miles. Daisy Miller. Niall Monks. Suleiman Mergel. Tanishka Nara. Jacob Nelson. Lisa Ngiye. Poppy Phillips. Eleanor Rapper. Lucy Robinson. Theophilus Sakimensa. Billy Joe Sawyers. Charlie Sinclair. Emily Steele. Francesca Suckling. Owen Thomas. Abigail Townend. Toby Trahan. Matthew Urquhart Proctor. Harriet Walton Garstang. Shay Wellman. Bethan Williams. Yat Wong. Samuel John. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of students for this part of the ceremony.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce an individual who must be one of the most familiar faces of the modern netball world. She's returned to Loughborough today, where she's earned a Masters in Finance and Management in 2007, and to the campus and those courts of her early netball career. Amma Abwezi, MBE, embodies what it means to be a Loughborough alumna. She's an England Netball International, a lawyer, broadcaster, and inspirational speaker. In 2001, Amma received her first cap of more than 100 for the England Roses, and she went on to captain Team England to its historic gold medal at the 2018 Gold Coast Commonwealth Games in Australia. Her victory as England captain over Australia at the Commonwealth Games, the first ever in a major tournament, was a defining moment for netball in the UK. A record 2 million viewers globally watched the final, and the excitement is credited with encouraging an estimated 130,000 people in the UK to take up netball that year. The win was further recognised as the Roses achieved both Greatest Sporting Moment of the Year and Team of the Year at the 2018 BBC Sports Personality of the Year Awards. Emma's teamwork and leadership qualities were evident throughout her netball career. Her sporting contribution, combined with her resilience and tenacity in leadership, have helped break boundaries, resulting in rise in engagement, viewership, and admiration for netball. She was deservedly inducted into the England Netball Hall of Fame in 2018 as a testament to her contribution to the game. This, plus all her community work and dedication to the game, saw her awarded an MBE for her services to netball in 2019. So, what does a day in the life of Amma Bwezi look like now? She may have hung up her professional boots, but her in-depth sports knowledge and professional reputation have enabled Amma to work closely with charitable organisations such as NSPCC, UNICEF and Greenhouse Sports, taking on roles including ambassador, trustee and board member. She has used her experience and platform to be a thought leader in racial equality, youth and female empowerment. For example, Amma has been calling on sports governing bodies to do more to enable women to feel comfortable about having children during their sporting careers. Some weeks you might even find her in a classroom. In an interview for the BBC, she noticed that when she now goes into school, and mainly girls, she can now see a shift in themselves and what they think they can achieve. Amma openly offers support, knowledge and experience to current Loughborough student athletes, many of them balancing sports, lifestyles and educational commitments. Loughborough University clearly holds a special place in Amma's heart, as we do for her. Chancellor, it is my honour to present to you and the whole university Amma Bwezi MBE for the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
No. You're not getting away that lightly. No. You're one of our own. You're never going to get away that lightly. Amma, I'm so pleased to be able to give you this today. Your work so far beyond the field of play has been mountainous, and thank you for espousing and articulating everything that's so great about this university. I do have a little bit of housekeeping, though, however, to announce before I ask you just to say a few words. By virtue of the powers vested in me as Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa. Many, many congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you to Olivia, who read my oration. Olivia Murphy was the England netball captain when I got my first call-up to the England squad. I'd recently passed my driving test, which gave me newfound freedom in terms of independence, having had to rely on the kindness of public transport, teammates, support staff, and parents of teammates to get to places. Public transport was great locally, but it was a struggle nationally. Having taken the delivery of my brand new car, I offered to drive from Loughborough to Bath for a weekend England training camp. We arrived on Friday evening, trained, had meetings, did analysis, ate a lot on both Saturday and Sunday. Every minute was crammed with activity. On the way home, in the outside lane of the M5, I fell asleep at the wheel. I was horrified, not that I could have written off my brand new car or that I could have died, but that I almost deprived England netball of their captain. Fortunately, Liv lived, so neither she nor I would have been here otherwise, so I'm grateful for that. When we won gold the gold medal on the Gold Coast. You may have seen footage that I leapt over the advertising hoarding surrounding the court to reach my teammates for a celebratory pylon. Just to clarify, for those who don't know what a pylon is, it's basically all our teammates just piled on top of each other on the floor. I was fortunate to be at the top of the pile. But I promised the Chancellor, the Vice-Chancellor and faculty that there will be no pylons today. You're safe. Yesterday, I happened to be on campus for a board meeting and drove past a procession of graduands. Until that point, having to be stood here right now hadn't really crossed my mind. Initially, when I saw them, I'd been filled with a mix of emotions, excitement, compassion, and eagerness, with a little bit of impatience because several of them kept on approaching the zebra crossing that I was trying to drive across. Then, a feeling of dread, panic, and anxiety hit me. Not only would I have to walk across the stage, like so many of you have done, in front of an audience of hundreds of people, but I would have to speak. It brought me back to pre-game nerves, and then my athlete intuition, self-talk, and psychology began to kick in. I learnt to walk before I was 2. Back then, I'm sure I cooed. I had an audience of cooing adults, and I performed just fine. I did it then, and have done it thousands of times since. Tick. Talking. As an adolescent, apparently, I had an answer for everything. My mum used to tell me that my mouth would get me into trouble one day. Hopefully that day's not today, but at least I'm well versed in talking. Tick. Have I done enough preparation, analysis, and research? What's the order of events? What kit do I need? What's going to happen? How can I or should I influence that? How do I manage the circumstances to get the best from myself and those around me? Applicable as an athlete, equally as a captain, with a lot more emphasis on others and the collective, and also now as a graduate. Or graduate. Prior to a game, players scan the crowd to check where their guests are seated. They run through their game plan in their mind, my notes here, and they may appear cool, calm, and collected. Hopefully I'm pulling that off right now. And then it's time to deliver. I have 2 degrees, a law degree and a finance master's, but without having had the pleasure of participating in a graduation ceremony, there were always England netball tours. When I mentioned my delight of finally getting to attend a graduation, my sister told me that my niece is due to attend her 2nd graduation, and she's just 5. So I'm extremely grateful to Loughborough University for conferring this degree on me and giving me the opportunity to attempt to catch up. I seem to have gone through life, doing the doing, and then quickly moving on to the next thing, as if life is a tick list. I don't know if it comes from being an elite athlete, being so driven to a goal that eventually achieving it is like water off a duck's back with the next goal in sight. In Australia, after the gold victory, I was pretty much pried from the pylon for the obligatory media interviews. I almost apologised to an Australian outlet for winning and suggested that the World Cup, being the following year, can be our next focus. So dismissive of a win, merely 10 minutes old, I was already ticking the checkbox on England's first ever major tournament gold. I did struggle to celebrate the wins, even though, as a player, I'd represented a team in New Zealand once, where throughout the whole season, we had struggled to win a match at all. Almost at the end of the season, we managed to get that elusive win. Before that, the environment had been toxic, abysmal, and depressing. When we did get the win, despite the reality that we were sitting as cellar dwellers at the bottom of the table, we celebrated and partied like we'd won the league. But today is a day of celebration. It's a celebration of each and every one of you, of the work that you've put in and the achievement that you have individually and as a collective. It's a celebration of how the university has supported you in your achievement, and through your achievement, a celebration for the university to be awarded a triple gold medal in the Teaching Excellence Framework, putting Loughborough amongst a select group of high-tariff universities. You can ask the faculty later whether they celebrated it in the same way that I did. I owe a lot to this university, not just in fees, although that might be the reason why I never got my certificate and transcript for my master's, but for the support I received here in the pursuit of sporting excellence. Given I had spent much of my teenage years catching buses on 3-hour round trips to go to 2-hour sessions, or getting the train back to Birmingham New Street, arriving at 1 a.m, and then having to rush to a Year 10 mock exam a few hours later that morning, I was flabbergasted when Loughborough University allowed me to live at Butler Court on campus, right opposite the netball centre, when I was attending a different university 12 miles down the road in Leicester. I could now roll out of bed 5 minutes before a session and still be there on time. I could walk up the footpath to get to Power Base, the gym. And incredibly, the room came with its very own parking space. Not exactly, but if you know the netball centre, there's 4 spaces right outside, and I ensured that I always managed to get one of those. I'm sure many of you will appreciate or hate that I had a parking permit for campus. There was no more arguing with security at the gate. I quickly realised the downside, being so close to the England coach, whose office I could see from my bedroom window. But thank you to the university for the support of both me and of netball. When I first became involved in netball here, the sport didn't necessarily have a high profile, and I thought it was magnificent that a university with the prowess of Loughborough would support my sport. They continue to do so very successfully, having won the Super League again this season. Despite being a qualified lawyer, captaining my country to gold, receiving the honour from the late Queen, I still hear the words of my father resounding in my ears. Read your books. And then the far from rhetorical question of my mother, when will you get a proper job? To Nigerian parents, education is paramount, and there's a smorgasbord of careers available to you. When I say smorgasbord, I mean a concise list. Lawyer, accountant, doctor. Effectively, I've ticked off the first 2, and to whomever realised I desperately needed a doctorate to feel complete in my parents' eyes, thank you. Your gift has brought me a few more years of living my best life, proper job free. You'll notice my parents, husband, and family are peppered throughout my speech. Their presence has fueled my competitive spirit, and their support, even though at times it may not have seemed that way, or was hard to recognise, has driven me forwards. Thank you. So, Loughborough alumnus of 2024, I will leave you with this. Collect stamps in your life passport, but embrace the experience as it happens. On your journey, you will come to barriers where you can't go round them or through them. Leap over them. And don't forget, even with small wins, celebrate like you've won the league. And sometimes that wants to pile on with the team that got you there. Remember, when things are scarce, they increase in value. You are the only you, so your value is infinite. Enjoy today. You've jumped a huge barrier.
Chancellor, I continue to present students from the School of Sport, Exercise and Health Sciences. In Sport Management, Ananya Agarwal. Abigail Cave. Nicholas Coltman. Lewis Deere. Amy Gray. Jack Hannigan. Lewis Henry. James Major. Olivia Moorcroft. Oliver Rees. Adam Tubbs. Elizabeth von Lartoff. Daniel Williams. Ingrid Wong. Arbav Amitabh. Philippa Amos. William Baldwin. Sydney Batt. Nivedam Bajwani. Yeet Benidji. Sam Bishop. Lilia Bukiava. William Brown. Alex Buttrick-Laurie. Daniel Cooper. Olivia Crowther. Pedro Diaz Capella de Fonseca. Beth Ebbert. Dino Federico. Chiawen Gao. Harry Hart. Yue Rung-He. Sophie Hefter. Cameron Isbell. Nicholas Jennings. Matthew Kennedy. Sandor Koch. Tomasz Kopiec. Peter Lancaster. Toby Larson. Raoul Lewis. Langshi Lee. Nicholas Lumley Smith. Maxwell Mahoney. Zoe Mayer. Orla Manchester. Amelia Mason. Harrison Main. Owen McCone. Chester Morrill. Daniel Morrell. Nirat Nasir. Oliver Newman. Oliver Paisley. Nigolo Paskalev. David Pitcairn. Henry Pointer. George Polites. Eliasha Price. Pavel Proksha. Alice Robinson. Giovanni Rosati. Jack Roundtree. Harrison Savage. Taryn Schutzler. Ronan Silva. Henry Skidmore. Ines Skinner. Samuel Smith. Samuel Smith. Tara Smith. Christopher Stride. Joseph Sweeney. Phoenix Tilley. Short Van Dorn. Suchi Vutlar. James Walton. Boudica Westcombe Evans. Sasha Visa. Owen Williams. Thomas Winter. Youssef Adas. Harry Allen. Howab Barrow. Jake Claydon. Zerhan Goon. Samuel Kildun. Lorenzo Lovalio. Sophie Moore. Henry Muir. Christian Power. Victoria Rochlever. Mehul Sapra. Finley 2. Nicola Weston. Hung Lin Wu. Kershin Shu. Amber Yao. Adrian Borchel. In sports science, coaching and physical education, Nikolai Arnaldov. Sophie Carlton-Greaves. Sung Jae Cho. James Close. Benjamin Dawson. Louis Greaves. Heleth Jenkins. Kieran Knott. Thomas Lyons. Julianne Zempter. Holly Stevenson. Jacob Trigger. Louise Akons. Charlie Adams. Harvey Agg. Ellie Marie Ashford. Scott Binnersley. Harvey Brooks. Aaron Brown. George Hartshun. Keely Colbran. Neve Cosgrove. Jack Cullen. James Curd. Zoe Curtis. David Daly. Anya Fleming. Jack Foote. Kelsey Gilmore. Neve Gosling. Hetty Griffin. Jack Hall. Mia Harris. Harrison Job. Clara Kelly. Hannah Kalik. Yoon Kim. Harvey Lawrence. Abigail Leaves. Ellie Mackenzie. Alicia Maestri. Laura Mayo Smith. Callum McGuinness. Henry Morris. Olivia Nightingale. Cameron Parker. Adeline Preston, Vaibhav Ramesh, Katie Randall, Maya Rattray, Harry Sampson, Grace Shelbourne, Adam Simonite, Molly Simmons, Barney Stemp, Jodie Taylor, Joel Thompson, Jasmine Trapnell, Yeetsay, Melissa Turton-Burrell, Holly Walker, Carl Warner, Tiana Zammit, Elliot Allum, Jonathan Fakil, Catherine Fisher, Nicholas Flores Pujols, Amy Hudson, Kane Noble, Millie Quaintance, Sophie Snowden, Helene Standring, Tyre Tunstall, Sam Weatherhead, Joseph Whitlam, Lewis Peacock, Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of candidates at this congregation.
Chancellor, you have now met all of the graduands being presented to you at this ceremony, and the moment has come for the formal conferral of degrees and other academic distinctions of Loughborough University. I therefore ask you to confer awards on all of those presented to you.
Vice-Chancellor, I'm delighted to be able to do exactly that. By the authority vested in me in accordance with the Royal Charter of Loughborough University, I confer degrees and other academic distinctions on all those presented to me at this ceremony. Many, many congratulations. distinguished guests, Vice-Chancellor, and it gives me no end of pleasure to be able to, I hope to be the first, to formally welcome you as freshly minted graduates of this university. Many, many congratulations. I think I know you all well enough, or at least the school, to know that you would also want me to couple those thanks and those congratulations with your friends, your families, and those crucial networks that have helped you navigate your way through the last 3 or 4 years at this university. So thank you to you and to those of you that are here today. But I also know that you would want me to couple those thanks with the world-class academic teams that join me on this platform today, both teaching and research. It's been, yes, thank you. It's turning into a monumental summer. As the Vice-Chancellor already observed, we've had the European Football Championships. Our athletes in Rome just a few weeks ago, and I say our athletes, I mean the many athletes from this university, past and present, that distinguished themselves in the recent European Championships. We have had Lewis Hamilton winning the British Grand Prix, and of course we've said a fond farewell to an iconic figure in British tennis. In the next few weeks, we also have the Olympic and Paralympic Games hoving into view, where I know that Loughborough past and present, and dare I say it, a few from the future, will be shaping the coaching, administrative, and the performance of the Team GB and those many athletes that will be there competing for medals yet again. And of course, to top it all, Liz Truss lost her seat. You have all graduated from one of the world's most prestigious universities. And this week, you will be aware that we're not just celebrating your successes and your achievements, we are celebrating excellence and discipline across probably a broader range than this university has ever had on offer before. You will perhaps allow me, given that this is predominantly a sporting gathering at this moment, you will, I hope, indulge me for just a few moments, because one of the core pillars is, of course, sports science, and you are testimony to that course. And I do think, Mark, it's probably worth me reiterating that this university has, for 8 consecutive years, been voted the #1 sports university, not just for performance, but for sport-related subjects as well. And that in itself is it's a unique achievement. And when you look across the domestic and the global landscape, that would be unrecognizable, but for a large chunk of skill and virtuosity that has emerged from this university over the many years, on and off the field of play, and in my case, a long way from the field of play. Last weekend, I went to a Turner exhibition. Yes, athletes do occasionally go to art galleries. It was a clever curation, not just focusing on the genius of one of the great landscape painters, but the genius of some other younger contemporary artists, all of whom were influenced by abstraction and landscape, and the clever exploration of some quite knotty issues, including climate change. At the entrance, we were greeted by a quote from the great man. "My business," he said, "is to paint what I see, not what I know is there." I reflected on that for a few minutes, because 2 weeks earlier, on behalf of World Athletics, I made a visit to Kiev in Ukraine. My purpose was simple: I had met many of their athletes over the 2 or 3 years of hardship, and on each occasion thanked them for attending our World Championships, whether it was cross-country, road, indoors or outdoors. And they were making some intolerably difficult decisions and some massive sacrifices to be with us. I felt that it was only right that I should offer to attend one of their championships. I did. It wasn't the easiest of journeys, but it paled into insignificance compared to the journeys that they have to make on a weekly basis in order to maintain their presence and profile competitively in training and through other identification of talent schemes. This was probably one of the more sobering occasions in my life. On arrival in Kyiv, I went to one of the sports facilities that was destroyed, targeted only 10 minutes before young athletes entered for their morning training session. I also had the opportunity to meet the president of the country. We didn't discuss politics or passports. We discussed the continued support that, amongst other places, World Athletics and this university has been involved in keeping those athletes in competition and in training and identifying talent for the coming years. I never thought I would be promoting the virtues of kids' athletics in helping youngsters deal with trauma and bereavement in a war zone. And Loughborough is also at the epicenter of that support. Then on to Lviv, to the national championships. Round heat 2 of the women's 200 meters, an air raid siren went off. They made it to the shelter slightly quicker than some of the administrators around them. And then to a war cemetery, just to mark just a few of the 150 that had lost their lives. And arriving back at the station in Kyiv, I was met by a medical train with an IC unit on board, where life and death surgery took place. This was probably the mightiest and the most indomitable explanation and example of motivation and a cause that I've ever witnessed. And I will be forever grateful that I witnessed firsthand, forever grateful I was given the insights into that cause, and forever grateful that it was sport that offered me that opportunity. You too, when you leave here, will have moments of intense discovery, and I hope in many, many different ways. And occasionally, that intense discovery will also be accompanied by intense discomfort. Please don't flinch from that. When you do have the opportunity, grab it with both hands, and every other moment of discovery and exploration that comes your way. The focused and formalized training you have received and enjoyed here at this university is really only the bedrock of a life of exploration. That's for another day. Today is about you, as it should be. I do have 2 final requests. When you leave here today and celebrate in whichever way you choose, I want you to stay in touch. And I want you to stay in touch for 2 reasons. Firstly, we're immensely proud of what our students go on to do once they've left here. And by implication, what you do will also write the next lustrous chapter in the history of this university. I want you to join, if you haven't already, the Alumni Association. That is the gentle request. And I don't want this to sound like a slightly creepy episode from The Sopranos, but we do know who you are. We know where you live, and we will find you. My final request, I think I'm allowed one as the Chancellor, is that when you do leave here today, please don't do anything remotely sensible for the rest of the day. Thank you very much indeed. The backing group is in place. This leaves me just with the official notice that the congregation is now closed. Please enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.